Firstly, the ANC are better poker players than the DA because they didn't give the DA any ministries that really matter. So the unfixable ministries, like Home Affairs, they gave to the DA, which the DA will fix. And the GNU, which includes the ANC, will take credit for that. The ministries that the DA have do not affect the lunatic Marxist and leftist ideology that's been part of the ANC's ill-educated ideology. So the DA should have trade and industry. The DA should have the ability to knock the unions out of play. The DA...
That's labor.
Yeah. The DA should have a ministry of deregulation. We've got too many laws and nonsense. Just clear it out. Make it easier to do business and easier to invest.
Is that DOGE in America?
Yeah, it's DOGE.
The Department of Government Efficiency.
Exactly.
Okay. You're calling it deregulation.
That's the role I take.
Sure.
So the DA doesn't have any of those ministries, okay? Agriculture, big deal, okay?
But agriculture is a big deal. And education.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the trajectory of South Africa. It doesn't change economic growth.
Okay.
When the GNU came together, if I'd been one of the leading lights in the GNU, I'd say, guys, come into the room. Let's agree a mission statement. Let's all agree the 10 principles that we stand for and the direction we're heading. Now, if you go onto Biz News a few days ago, there's a cartoon that I did with Dave Dubell.
I saw Rob H there. That couldn't have been you.
That is me.
You're a cartoonist now.
I'm a cartoonist. No, but to be fair, Dave Dubell's the best cartoonist in the country. He's better than that wanky Shapiro, that leftist anti-business.
Shapiro is a legend. You can't
He's a
do
wanker.
That. You can't do that. That guy's a legend.
Shapiro's a lefty wanker.
Let's keep it moving. Shout out to Shapiro, by the way.
No, stuff Shapiro. Dave Dubell is by far the best cartoonist in the country. And now and again, I have a tune idea. So I write it, I send him a WhatsApp, go, tune idea.
Yeah.
Vehicle with too many people in it, called the GNU, heading over a cliff, road to nowhere. And somebody saying, shouldn't we have at least agreed the direction first? And they haven't. The GNU, where is it going? Is it a Marxist, Leninist, populist, Gladstonian, liberal? What is it?
We don't know.
We don't know. It's just a bunch of guys in a room with too many cabinet ministers going nowhere.
And we actually don't know what they're trying to solve.
Exactly.
That's what you're saying. We don't know if they're speaking economic growth. We don't know if they're trying to fix education. They haven't really said, this is what we will do in education. We don't know what they're doing.
Correct. So if they had a mission statement saying, this is where we believe in together,
yeah,
even if they had to battle it out, and this is where we're going, at least I'd be going, okay, I can go with 7 out of the 10 things I agree with. The other 3 I disagree, but that's good enough.
And let's measure them against
and let's
10.
measure them against it. Exactly right. And then you go to each ministry and say, as per this mission statement, how are you going to achieve that in your ministry? And then we judge them in 3 years' time.
Yeah.
They haven't done that. They're all pulling in different directions. The second problem is I feel I have to get behind the GNU because the alternative is too terrifying to contemplate. And they think that too.
What is the alternative?
The MK and EFF.
It used to be MK EFF, but I'm not so sure anymore about the EFF.
Well, it would be ANC MK EFF coalition.
Do you think the EFF would come in? Looking at what's happening with them currently, or would it be ANC
the EFF
MK?
is so irrelevant, they jumped to join just to be relevant because Julius is going to be in the wilderness for the next 8 years.
The thing is, they wouldn't need the EFF. ANC 40, MK 14, that's 54%. You good to go?
Well, it's a bit close, 54, but yeah, you're right.
What did I say?
They could rope
54.
in a few smaller parties like whomever. Herman Mashaba seems to be able to want to jump on any bandwagon right now. He's so desperate to be relevant. So he'd probably join.
If MK joined the ANC, we'd go back to essentially some type of a Zuma presidency. That's the fear.
Oh my God. And that's why the GNU's only real purpose is not economic growth, not fixing the country, not doing the right thing. It's to keep MK out of power.
That's all.
Which is pretty desperate if that's what we're backing. But Gayton said Cyril is isolated. Cyril's dealing with trying to hold the GNU together, okay? And the more and more Bella Bills that come up, the more the DA are going to question why they're in there. So Cyril's trying to keep the GNU together. And yet he's got the Communist Party in the GNU.
Yeah.
How stupid in this modern day and age to even have a Communist Party? How is Gwede Mantashe a member of the Communist Party? I mean, I actually quite like Gwede. I think he's got some right ideas. I mean, he's not very smart, and he stuffed things up. But to be a communist, Gwede, is the stupidest thing on the planet. Stand up, quit the Communist Party, and be a normal ANC member, and I'll respect you more.
It's his home. I don't think he's a communist.
Yeah,
I think he's a capitalist, but it's just, that's his home. So
But then what a stupid home. Get rid of the home, burn it down.
I think it's just the name more than the substance.
That's embarrassing. Whenever I see people on a plane that have Southern Communist Party on their tracksuit, I go, that must be really embarrassing to wear that. No one seems to want to punch me.